Hi student, how are you? I hope you are all keeping well. Today we are going to discuss about the topics leadership. You know that we have discussed about the previous topic named staffing. After staffing in the function of management, uh, this function is leadership. So uh, we will discuss about the topics. You First of all, we want to know what is leadership, and then we will discuss type of leadership. So first we try to get understand what is leadership. Leadership, leader. If we say about the word leader, all of you, leader, we are very familiar with the word leader. So in the leadership, we can say that the we know generally the person who lead a group of people, that is leader, and all the activities done by them are is called leadership. So in the first, uh, the leadership, what is leadership, what do you mean by leadership? So we can generally say that leadership is a process of influencing others or influencing people who are engaged to get a goal that is set by the your organization. So uh, then it is very easy to say that leader, what the leader do, that is leadership. Okay, so we can easily say that the leadership is, and in a good framework we can say that the leadership is the process or art for influencing people so that people, they will willingly and enthusiastically be towards of the assignments of goal. So in the definition of leadership, you can say that influencing, process of influencing someone to encourage or to influence can be encourage, or can be other way, not only encourage, can be given some advice, some consultant, some order. These all are together leadership. In the leaderships, not only for your, your direction, there is a direction, there is a advice, there is some worker are working there, and they if they are doing their work, if I give some if I instruct them, if I give some direction, what is the way to do, and a group of people who are working, they are working, so many so many peoples are working there, but they are in the track of achieving goal. Is there or not? It is. If they are not, then the leader try to uh, bring them in the track. If they are in the track, they are trying to increase the productivity, means to active, more active. It is the work of leader. So leadership, we can say the leadership is the art or process of influencing people so that they will strive willingly and enthusiastically to achieve uh, of group goal. Now, I hope you all of the leadership, what is you understand. So now our topic is um, type of leadership. What is type of leadership and what are the type in the leadership system? So in the first leadership type is um, based on some leadership is normally uh, here various type of first we can say that based on leadership based on formality formality formalities leadership based on formalities. If we want to make classification, if we want to classify the leadership, then we have to first of our base on formalities. Based on formalities, two type of leadership. Do you know? One is informal and two formal. There is two type of leadership, informal and formal. Now, what is informal? Informal is the leadership what is created automatically. How? If there is a group of people are working, so one person is very expert to do the work, and the person is very good behave, and the person is very good character, and the person's consultant, the person to motivate the subordinate or to motivate the colleague or to the other worker, there, he has a good quality. He has the quality to help the other worker. The person is totally very good to all the among the worker who are working there. So other worker, they always try to get some help from him. So this person is become a good person, and this person is become a good leader automatically. But he is not the designated, or he is not promoted by the authority of the company or of the organization, but the group of people who are working in the same place, they think about the person is qualified, the person is very good, the person is well experienced, the person has a good sense of humor, the person has good behaved with us. So all the workers, they decide this person will lead us, this person automatically become leader. This is informal leader or informal leader, always automatically created, and his follower make him leader. No election there, no company's intervention there. So this is informal. And formal leadership. Formal leadership is this: there is a way of processing like this: MD, GM, manager. So in the system, in the organization structure, MD is the leader of the manager. MD is the leader of general manager. So general manager when lead to the all of managers, that times who is leader? The general manager is the leader of the all of the manager. So it is created by whom? The organization structure. So organization structure created the leader. Who will be the leader? Whose leader he is? That is structured by the authority. So it is called formal. Okay. So in the formal in the formal leadership, the organization select this is the leader, you have to follow his instruction. But in the informal, no, nobody will set him, nobody will select him. It is your, he is your leader, you have to follow. Nobody will make it. Automatically leader will be created and the follower will follow him. Then so this is the informal and this is the formal leadership based on formalities. So now we will discuss about the leadership based on motivation. Based on motivation. Based on motivation, how can we classify the leadership? In the motivation, there is two types of. One is positive leadership. Positive leadership, and two is negative leadership. Negative leadership. So positive leadership, what is motivation? Do you know what is motivation? Motivation is to encourage worker to do the work perfectly and to do the work with skill and efficiently. So positive leadership is always in the leadership system, always they care about the worker, they care about the worker health, they care about the situation what is going on. It is the positive leadership. But negative leadership, in the negative leadership, there is no concern about the worker health or any other personal issues. They always try to get their company's goal, what is, you have to follow it and you have to achieve it anyhow. This is the negative. So based on motivation, these two types of positive leadership and the negative leadership. I know I already have said the positive leadership is always very good to the worker and employees, and negative leadership, there is a leader who always try to make eyes red toward the worker. They always try to force worker to do the work to get the goal of the company set by the company. So this is the based on motivation. And now we will discuss about the leadership based on power. Based on power. Based on power, there is 5 type of leadership system. And what are they? First, there is one, democratic. Democratic. 2, autocratic. Autocratic. 3, bureaucratic. Bureaucratic. Number 4, there is paternal. there is fatherly. Fatherly. Another is there is no place to write, and that is why I am not writing it, and I will next discuss about democratic leadership under the power. It means that in the democratic leadership system, worker who are the employees, who are the subordinates, they will execute the plan. They, in the democratic system, they order, they direct, or they impose their advice to workers. First they discussed with the people. First they go to them, and what type of direction I will give, what type of leadership I will make. The leader first discuss with the worker, and if the worker thinks that the leadership, okay, this is okay and this is good, then the leader try to give that style leadership who like what type of leadership liked by the others worker or others employees. So this is the democratic leadership. If the subordinate who will get the leadership, who will get the order, if they deny it, most of the worker deny it, then the leadership will be cancelled. The leader will be cancelled. If the leader say, if the subordinates who were, I cannot consider this leader is suitable and this leader is qualified, then the leader will go out, because the workers who will follow, or followers who will follow the instruction, they are not agree to follow his leadership. So that is why it is democratic leadership. Democratic leadership always given the priority opinion of the workers or employees. Autocratic leadership. In the autocratic leadership, totally the opposite of the democratic. In the democratic system, or in the democratic leadership, the leader is all in all. What he says, what type of direction or the advice or any other order given, the followers have to obey it, and one follower have to perform on it. There is no excuse, there is no consideration. You have to do what I say, you have to do that. You have no word. So this is the autocratic. And bureaucratic. Bureaucratic, it means one type of leadership system there. This is a leadership system. No elected person can have the power. What are the organization, in the government organization, it is it's very familiar leadership system. There is the secretary or any other specialist expertise who are there to lead. What they will say, you have to follow, and the rules and regulations strictly followed in the bureaucratic system. In the bureaucratic system, elected person cannot get a power to take decision. The person who is in the organization, what the person appointed by the administration, the person will be the main person. The person will be the centered, power-centered person, and that person will be the decision maker, and that person will control all these things. So this is the bureaucratic. And now the fatherly. Do you know fatherly? Fatherly is unlike of modern form of autocratic leadership system. In the autocratic leaderships, system, the leader, what the leader say, the followers have to follow it. If there is no considerations of the workers or followers health or any other issues, they have to do it. But in the fatherly leadership system, there was a one difference, that is father. Do you know what is father? Father, you all know that the father's love, father's way to work done through me. What is the way? He loves me, and then he tried to engage me in a work. So that is the autocratic, but there is a sensitivity, there is a feeling of a son. What is, if I get the fall in sick, then they will consider it. But in the autocratic system, they will not consider. They will not consider about me. They will not concerned about my health issues or any others, my satisfaction, my mental issues, what is going on inside. They will not think that. But in the fatherly, say, in the leadership system, they will think that no, he is not mentally okay, then they will give time to work done. So that is why it is and another that is not right in here, but that another the power based on power, another is laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a no, leadership system. There was a leader give the order to the followers, but there was a full free or freedom to work done within the time. So there is no in the laissez-faire leading system, only the leader give the order, but when it will be done, how it will be done, totally depends on the followers. The followers totally do their work without any pressure by the leader. So these are the classifications of leadership based on power. So another is leadership. This is the last one. This is the last one, that is based on leadership based on outlook. Outlook. There is one is the work. The outlook means the your company or the organization. There is two types of. Two types of means outlooks means based on work and based on worker. The markers is not working good. So in the based on outlook means work centered leadership and the worker centered leadership. Work centered leadership is the anyhow the leadership always done through the work, get work through the worker. There is totally focus on the work. What is work is done. The work is not doing either done. Why not? You have to do work. So this is the work based, and in the leadership system always given by priority to the work, not any others environment that is affected on the work or not. They will not consider. They will always focus on the work is going or not, the work is continuing a good way or not. That is the consider. If it is not doing well, then they will take their decision. They will take their steps to focus on the work. But in the worker based on worker or worker based leadership system, they are allies. Along with the getting work through the worker, they also consider about the worker, the environment. If their environment is good or not, they will consider that. If their environment is not good and the worker are not if a worker is very sick, then they will consider, okay, the person is very sick and that is why they didn't work, and they will consider it. But in the work centered leadership system, always focus on the work, always focus to how anyhow you have to work, otherwise you will be pressured by the boss or by the leader. So we this is the final based on the, so there is so many types of leaderships we have discussed about. So in the in the leadership system, if we summarize it, first of all, leadership based on the formalities, there is two type of, informal and informal. Next they are based on the motivation, there is two type of, that is positive leadership and the negative leadership. There is the next one based on power, there was five types of, there is the autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, and the bureaucratic leadership, fatherly leadership, laissez-faire leadership. And the leadership based on work outlook, and there is the work centered leadership system and the worker centered leadership system. So I hope you all know that what is the leadership and what are the types or classification of the leadership system. Thank you. If you have any question, you can ask me, you can reply me,